Welcome back to CNN special live coverage of Donald Trump's hush money cover-up trial. Any minute, Michael Cohen will resume his testimony. He just finished explaining how he interpreted a series of Trump tweets in 2018 as a caution against him cooperating with prosecutors. I want to bring in Stephanie Winston-Wolkoff. She's a former senior advisor to Melania Trump and author of the book Melania and Me: The Rise and Fall of My Friendship with the First Lady. Thank you so much for joining. So you know Michael Cohen well. You both spent years in the Trump family orbit. Neither of you are in the family orbit currently. Have you spoken with Michael Cohen recently? How is he handling any of the pressure he might feel?
Yes, Michael Cohen and I have spoken often and almost daily, Jake. And I think Michael had to come to the realization that, yes, everyone is going to barrage him with the statements that we keep hearing over and over, that he lied and he lied and he lied. I think it's most important that people start now listening to Michael, because what he's been speaking about is corroborated by so many individuals that were in the Trump orbit, that were close to the family, as well as myself. And we have Alan Weisselberg, who everyone keeps discussing as well, who was a part of all of this. And he was a silent, he was involved in the campaign, as was Michael, silently. And so I think people need to just start looking at the facts of the case and stop focusing on what Michael lied about for so long for Donald.
Michael Cohen says that Donald Trump approved every part of the plan to pay hush money to Stormy Daniels and to hide it. Do you see any scenario where something like this was carried out by Michael Cohen on his own to help Donald Trump, but without Trump's explicit sign-off? Is that possible at all?
Jake, I wasn't there for any of those discussions, and I'm not a lawyer, so I can't say, I can't guarantee that, but I do know Donald and Melania Trump, and nothing happens without their approval and with their full knowledge to the extent of everything that's going on. I had to experience that myself. And so I can relate to how Michael feels, and knowing just their extent of their involvement and knowing that you wouldn't dare actually do anything without them knowing.
You worked for the former First Lady, Melania Trump. Knowing their relationship, how much do you think Trump was worried about the Stormy Daniels story coming out because he was worried about her reaction? And how much do you think he was worried about the reaction of voters, given that this was October 2016, just weeks before the election?
I think people have to remember who Melania Trump really is. There is no enigma. There is no mysteriousness. Melania really is who she has portrayed herself to be. There's a strength within her that is unlike any other individual I've ever met. She does not care what others feel about her. Nor does she feel she ever had to really explain anything to the American people, and that is why she didn't move to D.C. in the beginning or when she was in the hospital. Donald's way of dealing with Melania is something that I've spoken about most recently, whether it be a podcast or in interviews, and that is that I do believe it is a transactional marriage in so many ways, that they both garnered so much out of their relationship. And by marrying Donald, Melania really did finally get to be the Vogue cover model that she's always wanted to be, that supermodel. And by marrying Melania, Donald was legitimized as trying to get away from that whole playboy mentality that, that everyone wanted to characterize him as. Donald's main concern, yes, there is something between the two of them that others cannot deny, that are close to them. Donald's main in my opinion, knowing Melania, knowing that she really did fight for the locker room talk, that it was something that she shared with me at lunch after she had canceled her interview with Anderson Cooper. And that was something that she was very nervous about when it first came out. And it was the only thing she thought would, put his election at any chance of being at risk. I do not believe Donald's first priority was Melania, because she isn't going anywhere. They are, to one another, unlike anyone is to, I think, anyone else.
You just referenced Melania talking to Anderson Cooper on 60 Minutes. Let's play a little bit of that. This is right after the Access Hollywood video broke, and obviously on that tape he's talking about grabbing women by their genitals, and if you're a star, you get away with it. and Melania Trump came to his defense in these closing weeks of the election, October 2016. Let's run that clip.
He described it as locker room talk. To you, I mean, you sort of alluded to that as well. Is that what it is to you, just locker room talk?
Yeah, it's kind of two teenage boys. Actually, they should behave better, right?
He was 59.
Correct. And sometimes I said, I have two boys at home. I have my young son and I have my husband. So, but I know how some men talk, and that's how I saw it. Yes.
Stephanie, a lot of voters heard that tape and thought that's Donald Trump bragging about committing sexual assault, and you hear Melania Trump there. We're letting him off the hook. It's just silliness.
It is, Jake, but I have to tell you, and I think it's so important for the American people that do support the Trumps. When you hear Melania Trump say it, you almost want to believe it, right? The way she just says it so lightly and casually. But the reality is she really does mean it, right? To her and to Donald, it is about winning at all costs. And for them, it really is, again, part of their talking points, right? It's about perception. It's about the perception of their marriage and who they are as individuals, about them being caring or not caring. Their reality is it is whatever is best for them. And Melania felt very strongly, even when Fire and Fury came out, that, Melania was crying. When you were talking about this earlier on your show, that she was in tears on election night. She made sure that I told the American people, because I was not there. I was not there that evening, so I could not dispute it. But she wanted me to make sure that everyone knew that she was not crying and that she was strong and she was independent, but that she and Donald together were victorious. And that was something she kept pushing for, which I did make a statement for her about.
But I guess I'm just a little confused. Did she give the statement about the locker room talk, about it, just, dismissing it, saying it's not important what Donald Trump said in terms of grabbing women by their genitals, when you're a star, you get away with it, et cetera? Did she defend it because she actually believes it wasn't that big a deal? It was him just being silly? Or was she saying that because she supports Donald Trump and supported their march to power?
I think it's a little bit of both, Jake. I can't separate the two when it comes to Melania because of how close I was to her. She genuinely believes that whatever it takes to get to that seat of power is what she was willing to put aside. And as I said to her, aren't you concerned that everything that you've ever known about Donald and herself would come out to the public? And she said, I told him he better be ready. And I thought to myself, well, so should you.
And there's a statement that Michael Cohen made in court yesterday where he said actually it was Melania that came up with the idea of saying this was just locker room talk. He said, quote, we needed to put a spin on this, and the spin that he wanted to put on it was that this was locker room talk, something that Melania had recommended, or at least he told me that that's what Melania had thought it was. So it wasn't just, at least according to this, and again, take Michael Cohen's testimony, anyone out there watching, with whatever grain of salt you want, but according to Michael Cohen, it wasn't Melania Trump backing Donald Trump's justification saying this is just locker room talk. It was actually Melania who came up with the idea.
Again, Jake, many times, and I think if we pay closer attention to what happens on a day-to-day basis when they were in the White House and afterwards, Melania is very strategic and plays a very large role in what is going on with Donald. As far as the dog being in the room, she comes up with ways to make people accept the situations that are going on around her. And it does not surprise me that it would be she who came up with it. She did not tell me that. She just forcefully, at that lunch, explained to me that that is all that it is. That is the way that, her messaging was. And no big deal, right? For her, it was always, it's no big deal. As she has said to me over and over, I know who I married. I'm to be nothing like his other two wives. And she accepted what that role was.
Stephanie, last question for you before you go. Do you think that we will see Melania Trump accompany her husband to court, and why do you think we have not seen her do so yet?
I don't think we're going to see Melania Trump accompany Donald to court. Melania is Melania's own person. in regards, again, to a marriage that you want to consider to be something that most people are trying to still understand, don't. I do not see her supporting him this way because she is not someone who, you know, I think that you can feel that humiliation without having to put yourself in front of the cameras. Everything Melania does is staged, so and everything is articulated in a way for her before she does her interviews. So everything, like I said, is very strategically planned. She is not going to put herself in a position where she's given anyone the opportunity to say anything negative about her.
All right, Stephanie Winston Wolkoff, thank you so much for your time and your insights.